Senators, you have a choice now. You don't need state sponsorship. I can't stop you from doing anything you want to do. You want to drive off a cliff? Drive off a cliff. You want to slit your wrists? Slit your wrists. I can't stop you. So this notion that you need state sponsorship to deliver, I just don't need to have to approve what you choose. You know, I can't prosecute you later and put you in jail after you're gone. So this idea that you don't have a choice and somehow because I respect life and I want you to live and I want to support your life and I want to empower your life doesn't mean I'm trying to steal your choice. Look, I get it. The one common thing we've heard here tonight or to this afternoon is people fear pain. But nobody should be encouraged to take their life because their doctor has failed to manage their pain. Nobody should be pushed to take their life because they feel that they're going to be in pain and die a horrible death. We heard from our pharmacist colleague from Riverside, who talked about the pain meds available and the therapies and all the things that we can do to manage that pain to ensure. You know, I have one of those dreaded personal stories, a story that I don't care to share very often. In fact, this is a rare occasion. I was disabled for a number of years. I couldn't provide for my family. I couldn't provide for my children. And I was a burden on my family. You see, I wasn't terminal. I could lay there lingering, eating, stealing resources from my children's future, pushing us out of our home and into the streets, trying to survive and pay for my health care. You bet I thought about suicide. You bet I did. I love my kids. I love my wife. How can you look them in the face and say, I want to steal your future because I'm so self-centered that I'm more important than you? So of course, when you're told that you're terminal, you're going to be hit hard. You're going to start thinking about what's it all about, the depression that's going to hit you. And if you are a decent person, you're going to think about not putting your family through the pain of watching you die. You're going to think about not yourself, not the pain, but what will this do to my family? Will they be better off? If they don't have to go through this suffering that I'm going to put them through, will they be better off? That's what I fear in this bill, is we're encouraging that. We're pushing that. You know, you've heard arguments about the finances of it all. We all know in the last 2 years of your life, that's the most expensive time for health care. And people say, well, people are going to do it, and the insurance companies are going to encourage you to do it, and the doctor's going to encourage you to do it because it's going to save the state money, and after all, you're going to be a good citizen. Maybe there's going to be some of that. But I think it's more likely that you're going to look into your wife's eyes or your husband's eyes. You're going to look into your parents' eyes. You're going to look into your children's eyes. And you're going to say, I don't want to be a burden. I want to do what's best for them. I don't want to strip people of that hope. I don't want to strip them of their hope. I don't want to pile on to the guilt they feel for taking valuable resources from society and from their family to further their lives or to fight for their life. And most importantly, I don't want to prey on their good nature. You know, we had a bill last week, and I'm so proud of this body. It was the right to try. We voted to speed up drugs and therapies that could potentially save people's lives and give them hope. And that was so encouraging to me because I think this body should be lifting people's hope. We should be encouraging people to be the best they can. And you know, many of you have served with me for 9 years. You know, I'm the type of guy that you put into a barn full of manure and you give me a shovel, immediately I start digging because I'm looking for the horse. For me to have to face my family and to think that I'm stealing resources and maybe potentially limiting my children's education future because there won't be any money for college. And maybe we won't have a roof. You know, I only had a short bout of it, and I wasn't terminal. I can only imagine what it means to be terminal and have to go through the same mindset. And of course, like many other members here, I lost my mother to cancer. She was given weeks. She lasted years. And it was a horrible death, stomach cancer. She eventually starved to death, looked like a Holocaust victim. And I cherish every minute I had with her. Not that she could talk to me, but she gave me the courage. By seeing what she went through, she gave me the courage of hope. She encouraged me to be the best I could be. You know, many of you jokingly say I'm a workaholic. It's because I enjoy every precious minute here, and it's all fleeting. Whether it's tomorrow or whether it's 100 years from now, we're all going to pass away. And I don't want to do anything that the state sponsors to strip hope and add guilt to our citizens. I don't want to prey on their good nature. I want to build upon them. I want to give them hope and opportunity. And I tell you, the story of the woman, she was 29 years old that went to Oregon. And here we find out a month later, Duke University comes out with a report that in 2 cases of the trial, people were cured, 2 cures. And yet she took her life at the age of 29, stripped her husband of a wife, stripped her family of a daughter. And she thought she was doing the right thing. I don't think when you read all the testimony, and I don't want to get into all that, you've all read that, you've well studied. And I want to say for the record, I know every member on this floor cares deeply about their constituents, and this bill was not brought forth out of malice, but out of love and concern for others. And I get that. And this is why so often we're divided, because there's more than one path to love and hope, and we're viewing it differently. We all bring different life experiences here. And through those filters, we view these bills, and we view the future for California. But if that woman had held on for just a little longer, she would have had that hope, because there's a cure around the corner. Not just a therapy to improve her life, but to cure her life. We're moving by leaps and bounds. Just a short period ago, we all had home phones, now we all carry cell phones. Just a short period ago, people died from simple operations that are now living. You know, I had a relative that had a heart attack recently, and it was amazing just in the time frame of when my father had heart problems and how far the technology's gone and how quickly he's improved and things are going well. Let's bet on hope. Let's put our energies on streamlining the things that help people live longer, fuller lives. Let's not sponsor death on this floor, even if it's good-natured. Let's not steal people's hope. Let's not pile on guilt. And most importantly, let's not prey on people's good nature. I urge a no vote.